wireless equipment.
Oh,
Just disabled it.
Oh, that's just great, huh?
That is perfect. It's always what I wanted for Christmas.
Here,
well, it's back up now though, so that's all that matters.
Okay.
Hopefully, I don't know. Although I'm not sure. I think we need this mic. That mic's a louder mic. Maybe. Might be. I don't know. It'll appear in a second.
Yeah, but I see what you mean. That with you brightening your settings up, it's still kind of a little dark on my end too. But yeah, that's
I told you it's like something. So like I can still. That's why I like having this though as a pair.
If you want, yeah, I'll let you know.
Oh, it changed my ISO 2 to auto. That's why.
Okay. Oh, trying to see what's the best.
No, it just does that in movie mode most of the time. It'll auto your ISO out, so you're gonna change it mid frequency run. Blah blah blah. How's our volume?
Let me see.
Sounding?
I'm trying to.
Nothing yet.
Oh, yep. I hear sound. Sorry guys for everything. We were just having a little technical difficulties for everything.
It happens every time we add a new piece of equipment or something updates and doesn't like tell us it updates. Apparently, I guess I don't know. It's very interesting.
But I do like the new camera though. It looks much better.
It is definitely a better camera. I like it. I wanted to use it before, but we didn't have the right program, and so I had to go find the program and do.
Well, it's working now. That's all that matters.
It is, and that was weird to just like back in. I'm not gonna worry about it. So besides that, oh hey look, my brother has joined us and he's downstairs. Thank you, brother. Hope you're. No, it's really cool to have people support and stuff. So we've got a lot of stuff coming. We got the new Rick and Morty stuff. Gonna premiere tonight.
You in your shirt, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, and I actually saw some other people with shirts today while I was out and about.
Oh, nice.
So.
Everyone's excited. I am excited too.
I like it. I'm not like the biggest fan. Like I'm not on the Rick or Morty or Die train or anything.
I probably wouldn't say that either. But I was always I was always a fan since they first announced in the trailers, and there was actually what's funny is that there was not that many people on board at first, and I think it took a few episodes in until
it was a couple episodes. Even for me, I don't think I started watching.
I watched first episode for premiere night.
Yeah, I definitely do. I don't watch most shows on premiere night though because I feel like it's
just one of those ones I seen the trailer over and over again. I was like, that looks good.
Like I like the idea. Sure. The other thing is, and I'm kind of glad because I honestly, it's very much in like some other series I show where like I don't show people the first episode of Rick and Morty. Because it's not the episode that will tied me in.
No, but it does show you kind of the great. That's the episode where they stick the seat up his ass and.
I mean that one, it's a decent episode, but like I said, it's one of those ones where it's like that's not where I start people when I start people on Rick and Morty. I usually start them on I think it's episode 3, which is Anatomy Park.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's just it's a more accessible episode I think than the first one because the first one is kind of rough. I'd say in their style, which is fine. It's a pilot episode.
So
it's supposed to be rough.
Really.
Well, I mean, the actual pilot has that thing from Cthulhu that's in the intro, but.
Yeah, I've always thought that they were gonna bring that into like a later episode.
Well, yeah.
No, they sometimes do that though.
They may or may not. The thing is, they do more of that stuff with the Rick and Morty comics. But it's really cool
to read those too. I heard some good things about the books.
They're pretty good. I really enjoyed certain ones. The thing about it is
the spin-offs they have.
Yeah, there are a lot of spin-offs. The main version itself is a really big spin-off because basically it's like the Rick and Morty verse. It's just a bunch of alternate Rick and Mortys, not the ones you watch in the series, but different universe Rick and Morty's doing different universe shit. And that's not to say that it's like, oh, it's reptile Rick and Morty. It's just like the same Rick and Morty, but a different Rick and Morty doing different shit.
Heard they're supposed to be ending it though here soon.
Which is so funny to me because I thought they had been renewed for a bunch of seasons or something, but
you're talking about the show just being renewed for a bunch of seasons.
Yeah,
the comic they said will be ending here.
Oh, they probably will. I mean, they got a bunch of them now though. They got Rick and Morty with Dungeons and Dragons. They got
I read those ones. Those are the ones I probably only read.
I've read all those ones. I've read most of the other ones, and there's been a couple different because that's
they're only like mini series. They're going like for 5 issues and then they end. But the main one was the one I think already for like 46 issues already now or something like that.
Probably. I
mean, it was up there.
It's definitely been a while, and that's the other thing is that's not the first Rick and Morty comic, I don't believe.
Yeah, it is. That one from Onion Press. Yeah, that first issue goes for quite a few bucks.
Oh, I wouldn't
Them Rick and Morty fans.
Oh yeah, they're
yes. Yeah, I see. I think first issues go for raw copies probably like $80 or something. But yeah, that should be the first original issue that they started with. Is that one right there?
Yeah, Vioni.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
They just even they did a lenticular cover for last year for San Diego Comic-Con, or this year actually, I think even. It was kind of funny too because I think how did they switch over to something really funny? Can't remember what it was. Instead of them getting pulled over, it was something else. I don't know, but yeah, that's I think pretty sure I seen the article where that was finally they're gonna be calling it quits though on that series.
That's good. It's been around for a little while now, and they've been got a bunch of shout-outs.
Like
Certain things.
When did the first show come out? What 14 season?
Maybe
because I know they took so long to just make anything for a while, and then now they said, "Okay, guys, after this, we're not gonna take. We'll see. We'll take as long as we've been taking."
Doubtful, but to each their own. Yep, 2014.
Ooh, I was on the money. I thought so because I was like, yeah, because I think that's the same time when the comic came out because it was. Just
no, sorry, 2013.
Okay, I was a year off. Well, then maybe the comic was 14 then.
It might be for the comic.
Okay, and then after that, then so it's been quite a while now.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years. It's not too bad. I mean,
so that is
with
about
the exception of like
6 issues. I would
say,
say,
with the exception of like Superman and Batman and like the X-Men. Shit, there's nobody gets above like 50 or 60 issues.
Yeah,
it's just a lot of comics and time to put in for anything, and then like by the time you hit that many comics, you run out of story for anything. Even Rick and Morty. Like I've read those comics and a lot of it hashes out old shit they did in the show or like, which is fine.
What I really liked is Invaders Zim. I read those ones and those ones actually do a pretty good job of just.
I think
still doing random.
I think they do, but how far are they on in that one now?
Oh my gosh, they're already on like 50, 50 something.
Yeah,
maybe.
Which is just now hitting the point of cutoff, and
I haven't heard anything of them slowing down or if they've been saying, but we'll see.
When did they start that one?
Oh my gosh, that's what started me in comics. I was in, but see that's the thing they've been pushing out way more than a lot of stuff because that started in 2015, and they're already up to 50. They just been pushing it out a lot more.
I was gonna say because it's a lot about how often you put out in different stuff. Like for example, like I said, Superman, Batman, and them they get big numbers because they're consistent. Mm-hmm. Like you're gonna see a Superman or a Batman comic every single week without fail, whether it's their main title or them in another title or.
Well, Batman's a real moneymaker. That's why
sure.
They're always a spin-offs.
Well, you'd be surprised. It's different ones in different times. Like
Spider-Man's Marvel's moneymaker.
Yeah. Like I said, it's always different ones in different times. Like overall time, that's the way it is. But like for example, individual issues, Superman's still DC's highest individual issue seller by far. It's like double anything Batman's ever sold in a single issue. Which I can't remember whether it's Death of Superman or another one, but it's one of those issues from the comic bubble time, so that also contributes to it a little bit. Which people forget about that. During all the sales during that time were stupid inflated by people buying multiple copies of the same comic.
Oh yeah, well that's what happened to the crash. That's why Marvel went bankrupt and sold their licenses to all these companies to stay afloat.
Which I love that the DC people bring it up. They're like, and then it's like, but DC sold their whole company years before that.
Yeah, but
it's like they were owned by Warner Brothers since like when?
For a while now. Yeah, since the 90s.
That's a long time.
No, it's since the 80s.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's think about the Jack Nicholson movie.
I was gonna say, since the 80s.
It's probably even longer than that. I'm gonna be honest, because I don't know who produced the old Batman TV show.
I don't think it was Warner Brothers.
I don't know,
maybe,
but it might be the company that was Warner Brothers before it became Warner Brothers.
Maybe it was them. Yeah, maybe it was them.
Because a lot of the times it does that the same way you got Timely Comics turning into Marvel. You know what I mean? Like technically, Marvel didn't create Namor the Submariner or no, what was it? There was another one before that, or Captain America.
Yeah, those all came out in the 40s.
Yeah,
with Jack Kirby.
I want to know, Batman.
Yeah, it might have been Warner Brothers. Maybe it was them. Maybe they've
been around a while. No, okay, so this was.
Yeah, it probably was them. I'm gonna take a guess.
I'm guessing it might not be though, because it's been. When does it 56
studio?
Years?
What'd you put?
I just put the Batman TV show.
Batman TV show studio. Maybe
studios. Maybe it was on multiple Warner Brothers. Yeah,
there you
go. Oh wait, but the TV series belongs to. But this is current.
Oh,
That's currently who owns it. So who produced? That's what I wanted to check. So I check the Wikipedia. Sorry guys, we get pulled off on these side ones sometimes. It stars Bruce, 2 crime fighting, known for camp style upbeat. Aired on ABC.
Okay, yeah.
Who owns ABC?
Disney.
Wait, but who owned ABC?
At that time, I don't know.
Probably Disney.
They know. Oh, shit, I don't know. When did they buy them at?
I'm gonna look. It's like I'm gonna check. They launched as a radio.
That's why
network. History.
They show all their stuff on there, like all the.
Oh,
so
yeah.
ABC owns the Freeform, or remember they used to own ABC Family.
I do remember.
Remember,
that,
and now
yeah.
they changed the name. Now they're Freeform, and now it's no longer a family type channel anymore. They showed that they had like Cloak and Dagger on there.
Oh yeah,
a couple other things, but yeah, I don't know when they bought that.
I can't find anything, but it looks like through. I'm trying to look for. I should just look for Disney. Yep. All right. Warner tried with mixed success to adapt some of its most successful films as ABC's television series and showcase these adaptations as part of the Will series.
I think ABC were their own thing at the time.
Airing during the 1955 through 56. So I think they were their own thing, but they were working with Warner, who owned it, to make it for TV. Okay. Because Warner worked in film and ABC worked in television.
Yeah, that's all they've been known for. Yeah.
First bonds with Disney were.
That's why I say ABC was.
Oh no, it might have been because Walt Disney and Brother contracted Goldenson at the end of 53.
Oh wow, so they owned them for a minute then.
Well, I don't know. It doesn't say that they owned them at that point. It just says that's when they started their affiliation. There's so much complicated backstory and history to the rights, and that's what people forget about it. They're like, oh, well, this and that, why didn't they do this and why didn't they do that? Because a million different people own the rights split into a million different ways at different times. That's why.
It's complicated, yeah.
It's real dumb.
Other than that, though, I mean, we talked about Rick and Morty.
The new Hulk comic was pretty cool. Did you read the newest Hulk one?
I did, actually. That's the one where... Yeah, that's the one where Amadeus Cho was talking to
Yeah,
him.
it was cool. It was an interesting issue.
Yeah, that was cool. I did like that they talked about the other Hulk that... What did they call him? He called him Green Scar, huh?
Yeah, the Green Scar.
I guess and Professor Hulk are kind of the more heroic kind of Hulks.
Yeah, I mean, it's up and down. Because the Green Scar is even different from the Savage Hulk.
Yeah, Green Scar, which we've seen already.
Green Scar is basically the Hulk that came back from Sakaar.
Oh, okay, and that does make sense. I mean, at that time, he was very more humane because he had a wife.
But he wasn't necessarily a good guy either.
Yeah.
He was very much like had his own goals and personal things. So like he was in general good guy. Like he would stand up for like weak people and stuff. But he was also like, you know, beating on anybody who messed with him and, you know, not giving a shit. He was very much like a does what he wants Hulk. But yeah, they people forget like he has severe you know, dissociative identity disorder, which is what they call it.
Well, I did like that they went more in depth with that. Where it was it Doc Samson? I was sure his name. The new the guy with the green hair.
Yeah, Doc Samson.
Yeah. Well, I forgot. It was him that was talking to, I think, the other doctor. Anyways, they were talking about the, you know, or no, actually, no, it was Amadeus.
Yeah, it's Amadeus.
They were saying that he came up with the conclusion or the theory that, you know, when you become a Hulk, you gain these like personalities, like these split personalities and everything. But then they were like, well, what's more messed up though about Bruce is that Bruce already had that, and then on top of the...
Well, there's a lot of going on there. So they talk about it. The original theory is that because all gamma powering and stuff for... That was weird.
Yeah, it went off there for a second. But...
That was a little weird. But it's back, so maybe it was the camera. But the more important thing for that was that because Bruce is the cause of all the gamma powered individuals.
Oh yeah, and then he passed down the traits.
He passes. Yeah. That's the Hulk theory, is that he passes down his dissociative identity disorder to the thing, and they're like, oh well, that's bad. And he's like, yeah, but it's not as bad as the alternative, which is not only is Hulk personality not a thing, but that means he has it and he has DID. So it's a dual split thing where it could be bad, but it could also be just double bad, like where he's got just stupid, which is what we assume. I assume. which is, you know, one below all, kind of makes sense, you know, that you would be all messed up.
So I like that. That was, you know,
it was cool. It was
cool
very
stuff to talk
interesting.
about.
I also like just the way like
Now
Amadeus
Betty's
was
studying
like,
into it.
yeah, but also the way like Amadeus was like kind of just talking around it. He's like, you know, I know what it's like to be the Hulk.
Oh yeah.
But you know, you don't. You know, it's like I don't know if we've met before. He's like, I don't know what's going on here, which is. I'm also gonna say I don't like his new Hulk form, which is like the
Brawn. His name is Brawn now.
Yeah, I know. I refuse to call him that. He's still.
Did you read the issues where he got turned into Brawn?
Yeah.
I did like Ironheart's new costume. I was a fan of that. Fine.
His redesign is the only one that I'm not too thrilled about because
I think they just didn't know what to do with him. So but they were like, well, we can't just dummy him down again. So like he's just a regular smart person again.
So he's just a regular smart person. Yes, just a regular ass smart person.
The world
go around.
So they're like, we'll just keep him with some strength and have him still be smart, but at least he can whip some ass. While
yes.
He's
my thing is, I always liked how they had applied the brains of Amadeus in the mind of Bruce Banner, because Amadeus was like a math nerd.
Yeah.
Even over his like all-encompassing science, he was like really a mathematics guy. Because each of the smartest people in the Marvel universe have a specialty. They're all really smart and they can understand everything, but they have specialties where they're better than each other. Blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved how he would like calculate how much force to hit the bridge with to do this, or you know what I mean. I would like to see more of that kind of stuff with his character.
Yeah.
Which is so funny because it's really, I think the reason
they didn't
I
do
like
that
it,
too much with Champions. They did it with his Amadeus.
Yeah, with his one they did a good amount of it, but it, like I said, I haven't really seen it since, and because they took him off of his own run as a Hulk, he doesn't really have
then Champions
place.
Just ended.
Well, yeah, and even when it was around, it's not like it's a group book. He'll get a spotlight in a couple issues.
Yeah, no.
But
man, I didn't really like the way they kind of did.
I didn't like Champions in that.
I just didn't like the way they did his character in that book. Honestly, they
were
really... really trying to do. I understand they were really trying to do like a teenage kind of book.
I get
teenage problems. And
the other thing is, I understand that they did him that way for two reasons. One being also the effect of like being a Hulk now, right? Like it's supposed to throw him off a bit, make him more kind of jockish, I guess, is what I would say.
Yeah, that's kind of how he felt like to me.
Yes, very much so. But you got to remember, he's still a nerd. Yeah, and that's the thing.
He's the smarts the whole way.
Yeah, and so it's like a betrayal.
He did a 180 to me. It's what it felt like to me.
Which is okay. I mean, it's the Hulk.
Maybe he wants to be kind of the.
Yeah, I think that was kind of, and maybe there was a lot going on there where I'm like, all right, I can kind of forgive it a little, but it's just not a fan of it.
There was some love kind of triangle.
They've been doing that for a minute though, since Viv and yeah. And really what got me off of Champions, it's so funny, and it's so funny to say that it got me off, was the political ties. And not because I didn't like them, but because I found them boring.
Yeah, it was boring.
It was boring. It was like, oh, okay, they're doing all this social media political stuff about this and that.
International kind of.
Yeah, and it was just, and like I said, and I hate to sound like that, because I'm very much for, like, people are always, like, complaining, oh, politics and lefties and comics and right, and I'm like, comics have always been left-leaning the entire time. It's all they violate the law, go around and you know what I mean. Like this is like you just break down comics into their essences about social upheaval and resistance. It's about doing what the law won't do. It's fine, but when people complain about it, I'm usually pissed. But in this one, I complain not because of its political leanings, but because it's boring. They're gonna make it political, make it interesting. No,
yeah. It was just boring.
It was boring.
And then, they finally ended it, and then...
Like Watchmen. Watchmen's a good... I still don't know if you've read it, but that's a good example of political...
I've been reading Agents of Atlas, then? Because he's in
I still gotta catch it.
He's in that book, Morrow, if you want to read more of
Is he more to character in that book?
I haven't
read it either yet.
That series, the whole thing, either.
I'll check it out. It's on my list. I've been trying to catch up on all of the different stuff I've been doing, because I've been just backtracked for like a year and just trying to get all bills paid, all equipment managed, because some of it had broken down, and now hopefully I can catch up on some comics, because I want to do some comic breakdown videos of like when things come out, of where it's just like, all right, here's this comic, I'm going to break it down page by page of like, this is what's happening, this is some of the context of the story around it, and you know what I mean, it's a comics explained, but I want it to be a very in-depth, like, you know, I'm going to tell you what they say word for word and then break it down. And then I'll do maybe like one of those a week or something when I can get to it. Hopefully. But besides that, I mean, I've been reading a couple different things. Immortal Hulk was a really good one. There was all the new X-Men stuff has been pretty interesting.
Which one did I read? That read X-Force. And then I read I like the art style on that one. And then I haven't read New Mutants yet.
Have you read the and this is totally unrelated kind of the Dragon Ball Super manga?
No.
It's pretty interesting. The reason I say that you should be worth checking out is it's not the same as the anime.
It's a couple of changes then.
Yeah, so basically how it works, and I've seen some videos on it, but I also knew just from reading it, because you could tell by the way it's like done, is basically not Taro,
you're talking about the
Toriyama.
Oh yeah,
So this is taking. Yeah, I don't know why I was blanking his name for some reason. But Toriyama writes the script up for the idea, not like word for word, but just general ideas. You know, this happens, this happens, this happens, and then done. So no specific plot points, who wins, who died. You know, it's very like broad, and then he'll hand one each to the manga and anime creators, and they'll create. So you have Toyotaro doing the manga, and then who is it? Funimation doing the anime. Something?
Yeah, Funimation does.
So Funimation, which the reason it got so much farther.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, Toho.
The Funimation just a
Dubs it,
licensor kind of person. But yeah, anyways.
But so then Toyotaro and the anime creators will both do their own interpretation of the arc, which a lot of it'll be very similar, and a lot of it'll be like different. And they will also have like different character creation designs. So for example, that's one difference is that like. For the most part in Super, the characters are a little bit designed by Toriyama and then mostly designed by Toyotaro, the manga creator, as opposed to the anime guys. They make stuff, but Toyotaro and him are the one who conceptualized the actual original style, because he says Toyotaro, and the reason he picked Toyotaro is I didn't even know this. I didn't recognize the name even though I read it. Toyotaro did Dragon Ball AF, which I don't know if you ever checked out, but it was like a fan-made.
Yeah, I remember that.
It wasn't too bad, but the
back
reason
in the early ages of internet.
Yeah, back when the internet was being born.
And people really thought that what really set it off. I was watching an actual video about this.
The Super Saiyan forms.
Yeah, so the one thing that really started it was the gold.
Yes.
Sorry, the silver. Sorry, silver
haired. Yes, which
Goku.
Is from AF.
Yeah, and so after that, people really thought it was real.
And so they just made it. Yeah, it was so crazy.
Just from there, it kind of spiraled. And then I think I've seen that. Yeah, that guy got really famous. The we were talking about.
That's who it is who's doing the manga now. Is Toyotaro.
Yeah, cool.
And the reason he was chosen is Toriyama said like he does my style correctly.
Yeah, he does. You look at
very
it, it
much
looks literally like his style.
Very much, and without even any change. Which not to say it's like the most complicated style or anything, but to be able to conceptualize in that style. New characters and new ideas like the new form and like I think it was called Freeze or Frost or something was Freeze's son or something.
Are you talking about Cooler or
no it's in the AF.
AF. Okay, sorry.
But so now he's doing Dragon Ball Super. He helped design most of the Gods of Destruction. He helped design a lot of the new characters. Like there's a new one called Planet Eater Moro if they ever anime adaptation, which there's been a lot of rumors.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of
doing the God
rumors.
Trunks thing, so
that'll be interesting. But so like there's
people weren't liking the design though for I guess.
Yeah, I'm not too upset. I don't know. We'll see. There's been a lot of cool and interesting different things.
We'll see how that goes.
Let's see. Yeah, we gotta cut it a bit short today because of technical difficulties. We started late, and I've got a couple things to do coming around like 2:45, 3, and I just want to be prepared for it. But yeah, you should definitely check because it's just got slight differences.
Check out the other Dragon Ball show that you can only watch in Japan right now.
Oh, Dragon Ball Heroes?
Yeah.
I've checked that. I don't think I'm all the way caught up, but yeah, it's pretty interesting. I like it because it's like Dragon Ball universe, Spider-Verse, Dragonverse. You know what I mean? Like we've been talking about it, but a lot of those concepts have been
I wanted to check it out.
Creeped.
And
they
have
I wonder
a card game or something based on it as well.
There's all kinds of There's
because when I went to Japan, they had all these weird, like in the gacha things. They all these weird forms I've never seen in my life.
There's so many different things, and like the cool thing is, like I've been watching this YouTuber called Devil Artemis. He makes custom animations for characters, and they're nice. They're like 3D, and he's like upped his budget over time. It's good shit. But he will borrow from the all those different Dragon Ball Super, the Dragon Ball Fighter Z stuff, and different universes, and put them in live action battle situation kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. I also just find it interesting how big Dragon Ball Z has become again, and not just like even when we were kids, it was kind of big for like.
Well, I think it was always big, but then since there was such a big hiatus that people kind of just.
That's true too. But even beyond that, like it was
big,
but it wasn't.
Heard some limelight. Are they talking about Dragon Ball?
Like Dragon Ball Z was big.
Bro, they talk about Dragon Ball. Bro, Dragon Ball. Everyone start coming back out.
And that's true. Like the longer it's away, the more people get hyped for it, and that's been the same for a lot of different things. But I don't know. I always felt like Dragon Ball Z was popular, especially for American anime.
Oh,
but like,
well, then I think too now that pop culture
and that's what I mean.
Nerdness as culture is acceptable.
Pop culture, yeah.
I think more people have more.
Yes, and that's what I was gonna say is like. Back in the day, it used to be very, like, not cool to be, like, watching anime.
Yeah, I know. That's
and now there's, like, hood videos of people reacting to anime, and this, dude, I love the hood anime memes. Have you seen all the hood anime memes? They're so good.
I've seen, this one guy in the group of, what are they doing? They were they're just doing dancing, I think. They were all dressed up as Naruto, and then the other side they were dressed up as Dragon Ball Z, and they were doing
yeah, they were doing
like
stuff.
Fucking they were really into it. So
bro, they'd be killing it, and that's why I love it because, dude, like having all these different cultures and people to come into anime and like give their own piece, you get a whole different level of reaction stuff. So like I was saying, started doing those reaction videos. Oh shit.
Yes, we know. We will do that.
We will. I gotta do it. I know. But the real thing that gets me is like I saw the reaction video. This guy is like a 50 or 60-year-old guy, like reacting to Dragon Ball Z, and like he loves it, dude.
Oh, that's cool.
He's like, this is so much better than fucking all the crap they make you watch on TV and soap operas and bullshit. He's like, I love this story. Like it's so deep and like fulfilling for this. And he doesn't like watch. Somebody will watch clips and like catch up. And he had originally came from an abridged or something, but. It's just so interesting to see these demographics now that it's more socially accepted. It's not just a kid's show. It's like, no, this is a show. It's just made in this style, which happens to also, make children's cartoons. Mostly because that's the only way back in the day that you could do fantastical ideas of imagination was through drawing. Yeah, you couldn't. There were no FX that good. You know what I mean? There was no flying through the air 500 miles per hour, launching a laser beam from your hand. Like, yeah, now I can kind of do that in live action film, but even then, it's like I can't compare it to what some of the anime do. They're insane.
Yeah.
Especially now that the anime has also hit a higher level of animation.
Well, like Demon Slayer is the first one I've actually kind of liked 3D animation. Because they do very
much. I've seen it, but I haven't seen too many good ones, and that one's one of the good.
Well, they do a good job of blending it in very well.
Right, and I think that's the most important.
3D animation.
Yes,
I hate 3D animation.
Dude, so like, I don't know if you've seen Netflix King and Ashua. Is so.
I think I've seen that one.
So guilty of it.
It just looks
so
too
bad.
Like.
But the
boxy,
season.
kinda,
It's very like boxy. The movements are kind of like it's very interesting. I know the issue, and there's a couple different series that do it. What I will say is King and Ashua. The first season was bad. It was pretty bad in the mix. Like I could handle it because I really liked the story and I wanted to watch it. Second season's so much worse somehow. Because not only did they do that, they swapped. Like you could tell they were rushing it out because some of the scenes they're the still. You know how Marvel did that series of like comic animations where it was like these slowly, slightly moving paintings?
I think I remember those. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they would be talking. It's like Cyclops, and it's like him turning for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
They did that.
Okay.
And where it's like them talking and stuff, but there's no mouth movements. It's just him slowly getting up off the floor for 5 or 10 seconds while they talk. It's bad. It's bad. Is there anything else you wanted to...
I mean, let's see. So, we talked about comics, anime a little bit. Then we talked about Rick and Morty, because that's happening tonight.
Yes, check it out. Adult Swim.
11:30?
Yeah, I think so.
PM Eastern time? I can't remember.
Who
knows? We'll figure it out. Just figure it out. You'll figure it out.
Look at Adult Swim. You guys have
internet.
internet.
Look at your TV guide. Yeah, I guess there's that, and then really the only thing I could think of that's really exciting for is just the Star Wars movie next month, and then Disney Plus on Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
For them to send me my email already to be like,
I know,
hey,
you got your
here you go.
pre-discount.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was a good deal. I was like, and then too, like I said, it's Good Friday too. We could show them all. My mom's really been wanting to show them like all the old Disney stuff.
They're really good stuff,
and
man. They're classic.
And they're expensive. Sometimes you go on to rent. They're
Can't
like $6. Oh yeah, sometimes yeah.
Well, like you can find them online, but like if you wanted to have a copy or if you wanted to.
Yeah, some of them are very hard.
Yeah,
to find
you're not just gonna find them randomly. You gotta look for them on Amazon, and then Amazon's gonna charge you.
Excited to see how much. I did see a little bit of their list, but I don't like looking at lists.
My only thing is, and I know they won't do it because it's cost money, blah blah blah. But if you put something up, don't take it down.
No, Disney said that whatever's gonna be on their streaming service, it stays on there. It will never be taken down.
And to be fair,
I understand with Netflix because they have to,
Well, theirs is the licensing, yeah. It used to be. I used to think it was space, but now I know it's licensing. And that's where I could see the limit being like, don't have the space to keep all of this uploaded and for people to just server access all of this bullshit. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you could. It's like you could do it. I believe in you. You guys make enough money. Rich ass Disney. It's like they own everything. Come on, we just seen that they own everything. We were looking at everything.
So they said that. That's what they're saying, that whatever they put on there is gonna stay on there.
I'm gonna hold them.
That's gonna. Said there is gonna be a couple things they just can't put on there, like the questionable racist.
I mean, old school, yeah.
Yeah, the Yippee Doo song that came out. There's that movie that they said they can't put it on there.
Briar Rabbit's pretty racist too.
So there's a couple of things that they will probably not have on there, but they will have some of the things that they don't show anymore, like some of the old school Disney movies.
Yeah,
like
the vault
scary
stuff.
one, like Don't Look Under the Bed.
Yeah, crazy Disney Channel ones that were great.
They stopped showing that, I guess, because the parents had told Disney to stop showing that on their regular channel lineup because it was too scary.
Well, the thing is, back in the day, Disney and Nickelodeon made legit movies, like the short films.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff. They were pretty good. Like now, they were better than most BC movies generally tend to be.
Yeah, Halloween Town was always.
Oh yeah, Halloween Town's great. But Luck of the Irish. There's a big list of really like decent ones. And I also had a post on it the other day that the Scooby-Doo movies did the same thing. They went hard in those movies.
Oh yeah, the original 2000, late 90s to 2000s.
Yeah,
those were my favorite. I like the zombie ones. The Zombie Island's always my favorite. They just came out with a number 2 now for it.
Really?
Yeah, but I just don't like it because it's too like you can tell the difference just because the color palette is just light now and bright.
They just changed it a lot.
As dark as
because back then they were still doing hand animation.
Yeah, that too.
Now,
but then if you're gonna still do that, at least go with the same. I don't know. So whatever.
Yeah, but try and emulate.
But did you see the images of the 3D Scooby-Doo movie that's coming out?
I have not.
I'll have to show it to you. It looks okay. I'm not gonna say it's bad. We'll see. Scooby-Doo's been around for a while, but other than that, I mean, that's all I really have to say for movies.
Yeah. Well, I think that's pretty good. We did an alright cast this time, almost 40, and we've done longer, shorter ones before. So
yeah, we'll do longer next time.
Thank you guys for bearing with us. If you came by through our technical difficulties, I know.
At least we know now what it was.
Yeah, and hopefully next time it won't take so long to set up. So we'll shoot again, unless you got some planned 1 o'clock next week as well, or you got something going?
No, I don't think so. I think we could do the same time tomorrow, or same time next week.
I think I am also good Sunday. I'll double check and coordinate with you halfway through the week, but I'm pretty sure I'm good for Sunday.
Sounds good.
So we'll set up another event. Thank you everybody for coming through, and we'll catch you next time.
Yeah, have a good one.
You may now put on your 3D audio listening equipment.